Hello class, welcome to today's session. My name is Juliet Ian, and as you already know, I'm your course instructor for this course, MKT201, Principles of Marketing. And I'm teaching this course alongside Dr. Mrs. Glory Sunday Etim, whom you've met previously before now. So before this class, we have talked about the 4 P's of marketing, starting out with product, then price, place, and then promotion. So we want to talk about promotion. We have done a lot of discussions on product, a lot of discussion on price, a lot of discussion on place, but this is the first time, or not the first time though, but this class is supposed to emphasize more on promotion, which is the 4th P of marketing. So for this lecture, you're expected to understand the meaning and importance of promotion, the objective of promotion to an organization, the concept of the promotion mix element, and we're also going to see each of the promotion elements and their uses, like we'll know when to use what elements. So first, the meaning of promotion. Promotion is derived from the Latin word promovere. I hope I pronounced it right. I'm not Latin though. So it's derived from the Latin word promovere, which means to push forward or to move forward. So we can derive, or we can suggest that, or we can deduce that in marketing, the goal of promotion is to make people aware of a particular product, like to attract them, to induce them to buy a product in preference over others. So you want to put your own product ahead of others. You want to make sure that the customer is looking at your own product rather than those of your competitors. Yeah, so that's the goal of promotion. So how about the importance of promotion? Promotion, like we have said before, is aimed at moving forward or projecting a product in a channel of distribution. So product here can be service, it can be idea, it can be anything of value. We have discussed that when we were trying to define products sometime in the early period of this course. So promotion is the voice of the firm and its product. So your product exists, fine. But without promotion, it's like your product is dumb. It's like you can't talk. It's like it's speechless. So promotion is what takes your product out there. Without promotion, customers will know little or nothing about your product. And it informs beyond just letting customers be aware of your product. It informs the buyer and the seller. So with promotion, the buyer is able to know what the seller has put out there, what is available for purchase. Still, with promotion, the seller is able to understand the need of the buyer. Promotion also sets the business apart from competitors. If you look at different promotional strategies adopted by organization, you will notice, like for example, no 2 adverts is the same. So every organization tries to make sure that their own ad is a bit different from that of their competitors. So that's the aim of promotion as well, or that's one of the importance of promotion. When you promote your product, you set yourself apart from your competitors. How about the objective of promotion? There are basically 3 main objectives of promotion. One is to inform both the buyer and the seller. 2, to persuade, that is, to appeal to the buyer or the consumer. And 3, to remind or reinforce the product in the mind of the consumers or the buyer. So do not forget, these are the 3 basic objectives of promotion. So you may want to promote your product to inform your customers on what is available. You may want to promote your product to persuade them to buy your own products over those of others. You may also have the aim of promoting because you want to make sure that you're always in the mind of your consumers. You want to make sure you're always reminding them. You're trying to reinforce your product in their mind. So let's go deep into the elements of promotion. As you can see, there are about 7 elements of promotion listed here: advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, publicity, public relations, direct marketing, and word of mouth communication. In our previous class, you must have learned about some of these elements from my colleague, but I'm still going to talk about them for this lecture. So, what is promotion mix? Did you notice that we had 7 elements listed here? So please do not be surprised if you look at textbook and then you see about maybe 5 or 6 elements. Yeah, so the basic ones are usually advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, publicity, public relations. Some people classify direct marketing with advertising to some extent. Some scholars argue that it's almost the same thing. So word of mouth communication is also, let's say, a new or a contemporary element of promotion. So in many textbooks, especially those which may be a bit older before now, you may not find word of mouth communication. But we decided to bring it in because it has been accepted as an element of promotion, as we are going to see in the course of this lecture. So what is promotion mix? The promotion mix, it's a combination of 2 or more promotional elements to achieve an organization's objective. Do you remember the marketing mix? We have the 4 basic elements of marketing combining, to achieve organizational objective, like when you have the product, or price, or place, and promotion. And then these 4 things make up what is known as marketing. Here too, for the promotion mix, it refers to a combination of 2 or more promotional elements. So it could be that you're combining advertising with public relation. It could be that you're combining sales promotion, publicity, and public relation, as well as advertising. No matter how you want to combine it, so long as you know what you want to achieve, the process of combining 2 or more promotional elements is known as the promotion mix. So it's being depicted in this diagram, as you can see. The promotion mix is here in the middle, and you can see this is a Venn diagram. Yeah, so you can see that for this part, public relation is merged with publicity, word of mouth. Then for here, you may want to merge direct marketing with publicity and sales promotion. You may want to merge advertising with word of mouth and sales promotion. So this is just a representation of what the promotion mix element looks like. It's not like you must always merge advertising and word of mouth, personal selling, or sales promotion. No, I'm just explaining it diagrammatically so that you understand that promotion mix refers to a combination of different promotional elements. So we're going to take it one after the other. The first, advertising. Advertising has been defined by ISU 2020 as any paid form of non-personal presentation of a product, service, or idea by an identified sponsor through the mass media. So we are going to dissect this definition, because looking at it like at first glance, you may be confused. So what really is advertising? As you can see, I have put up an ad here. Yeah, so it's a current ad. It's an ad that's currently running. Yeah, it's a boot camp. It's an ad that's advertising a research boot camp that is coming up on March 8th to 19th, 2021. It's going to be an online boot camp, And yeah, I'm the major facilitator in that bootcamp. Alright, so let's explain the meaning of advertising using this bootcamp flyer as a case study. So we first said that advertising is any paid form of non-personal presentation. So first, let's pick paid form. This tells us that ad costs money. Ads are paid for. As you can see from this flyer costs money. I may not want to say how much it cost us to design this, but it definitely costs money. And then even putting it out there on Facebook or WhatsApp, you may not see the physical cash that you're spending, but you're spending data, right? And what did you use to purchase your data? Money. So long as you want to advertise your product, it costs money. Any advertising medium costs money, and you have to pay. So whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on WhatsApp, whether it's on Telegram, you have to pay a fee to advertise it, and you're paying with data. And remember, data is also what? Money. The next part of this definition is that it is a non-personal presentation. So what do we mean by non-personal presentation? We mean that advertising is not a one-on-one or a customized presentation. Like, it's presented to a general audience, okay? Like for this advert is presented to a general audience of researchers. So we are not targeting, say, just only researchers in marketing, or we're not targeting a particular researcher, or we're not coming to meet this person one-on-one to present all this information. So when it's not personal, when it's not one-on-one, when it's non-personal, then that is what? Advertising. And when it's being spread to a general audience, that is advertising. We also mentioned in the definition that it's a non-personal presentation of something. What is that? Of product, service, or idea, or anything of value, actually. So advertising covers anything of value. Anything of value can be advertised. So here, what are we advertising? We are advertising a service. We're advertising a training. The training is not something it's not a tangible product that you just touch and say, oh, look at training. No. It's a service, but that service is being advertised here. The next aspect of this definition says that it is done by an identified sponsor. So sponsors of advertising are typically businesses that wish to promote their product or service. So here, if you look at this ad copy, if you look at this advertising or this advert that we are using as a case study here, you'll notice that there's a company that's paying for this. There's a company that's sponsoring this. What's the name of that company? Academic Hive for African Scholars. So it's that company that has paid for this advert to be promoted. So AH is the sponsor of this ad. And then lastly, the last aspect of the advertising definition says it's done through the mass media. So the mass media here refers to an outlet for the ad. So there are basically two types of mass media. You have the print media, and then you have the broadcast media. So for the print media, you have billboards, flyers, newspaper, magazines, journals. For the broadcast media, we have the electronic billboards, we have the television advertising, we have the radio, the internet, direct mail, So what kind of media is this? Your guess is as good as mine. What we are seeing here, since it's a flyer, is what? The print media. But when we put it up on the internet, it becomes what? A broadcast media. So that's the beauty of marketing these days, or the beauty of advertising. So what would originally be a print media can also transform, or can also find itself as a broadcast media as well, especially with the advent of the internet. Okay, so we've talked about the elements of advertising, that it's a paid form of non-personal presentation. Yeah, ideas, products, and services are being advertised, and then there's an identified sponsor, and it's done through the mass media. So what are some of the benefits of advertising? First, the sponsor or the company has control of the message. And then there's a larger audience reach. So with advertising, you're able to reach more people. More people are exposed to a particular advert at a given point in time. And that is what we refer to as reach. So when someone tells you what is the ad reach, can you measure the ad reach for this advertisement? You just understand that to be, they're asking you if you can measure how many people are likely to be exposed to that advert at a particular point in time. Third, advertising helps pre-sale a product. So with advertising, a product might not really be in the market like fully blown. So maybe it might be at the test marketing stage. If you remember the product process, when we discussed the product development process, when we discussed about products. So we have different steps, and then we have the test marketing process, or the test marketing stage or phase of a product development process. Now, the product might actually be at that stage. It may not be into full-blown commercialization yet, but with advertisement or with advertising, you're able to pre-sell that product. You're already beginning to provide information well in advance of any sales for the product, such that once you now launch the product fully, you commercialize that product, people already become aware of that product. So that's the beauty of advertising. So another thing is that it helps introduce new products quickly. So this is pretty much related to the third point we have just explained. But does advertising have its downside? Let's find out from the next slide. Definitely, advertising has demerits. So there's this saying that whatever has an advantage has disadvantages, right? Okay, so advertising also has demerits or disadvantages. First, they are relatively expensive. Maybe I stand to be corrected, but I think that advertising is the most expensive promotion element in marketing. You can do your findings, or you can even Google it. Try to find out what it costs to advertise, the average cost to advertise a product on television in Nigeria. You'll be surprised. So ads are relatively expensive. So because of that, it translates to high prices of goods. So at the end of the day, it's the customer that is being bogged down with the burden of paying for the ad, or the cost of advertising that the company has undertaken. So the company pays a lot of money to advertise that product, and at the end of the day, they try to recoup that money. How? By increasing the prices of goods and services. So sometimes too, advertising can be exaggerating. So you see a very beautiful advert. Has it ever happened to me? It has happened to me before now. So you see a very beautiful advert, like it's being put up on TV. It's wonderful. You're like, wow. And then you purchase the product and you're disappointed. I don't want to mention any specific product. I'll try to be diplomatic here, but we all use telephone networks, right? Have you seen how the advert usually looks like? I mean, they're beautiful adverts. Sometimes it comes in form of drama. It's entertaining. But when you get the same, then you want to make a call or you want to go live on Facebook or something, you begin to see the real color of that network. I'm not going to mention the network name, but we all identify with this, right? Alright, so advertising can be exaggerating. So a lot of lies can be told by companies actually. Another point is that another point is that advertising encourages impulse buying or unwise spending, thereby discouraging savings. And of course, the economists will tell us that we should save, we should save more. Okay, that's it for advertising. So let's take the next promotional element. The next is personal selling. Personal selling is a two-way communication process between the buyer and the seller, whereby the seller persuades or induces the buyer to make a purchase. But when can you use personal selling? Like, what are the determinants? What are the factors that determine the use of personal selling? One is the nature of the product and the nature of the market. So if that product needs explanations or demonstrations, then personal selling is preferred. If the product is technical, like maybe you need some kind of particular installation, like say a DSTV or let's say a plant is something, maybe a system, something that requires assembling of parts together, then it's personal selling as well. The seller should be ready to provide such services immediately, and it's only personal selling that can achieve that. Another thing is the size of the market. So you can do personal selling if your market is quite small, so it's not very large, So once it's a small market, you can actually do personal selling. And if your objective as a firm is to improve the relationship with your customers, if you want to strengthen that relationship, then personal selling is encouraged. But personal selling has a process: prospecting, pre-approach, approach, presentation and demonstration, overcoming objections, closing, and then post-sales activity or follow-up. Let's explain this. The first is prospecting. So for prospecting, this is where you get to seek for or search for possible or new customers. Pre-approach is like qualifying the approach. So here you're trying to determine how many of the prospects will be willing to buy your product. So you have a criteria for your prospect, and then before you approach someone, you sit down and you say, will this person fit my criteria? Is this the kind of person I'm looking for? So that is pre-approach or qualifying. Then approach is where you now make the attempts. You try to make contact with the qualified prospect. So here it's really good to use intelligent questions, statements, good appearances. Of course, you know what they say, that first impression matters. So try to make a first good impression. Then when you have approached the person, what do you want to do? You want to present the product. You want to demonstrate it if possible. Consumers are not stupid. Consumers are not fools, especially since we are now in an era where the consumer is informed. Do you recall the marketing philosophy, where we started from production philosophy to the product, to the selling concept, down to the marketing concept? So yes, we are actually fully deep into the marketing concept, where the consumer is the king, or where the consumer's need is what should be satisfied. And we are gradually entering into or fast going into the societal marketing phase, where people now know that organizations should be more responsive or should be more responsible for their actions. So if you are selling personally to someone, don't expect them to just take everything you're saying hook, line and sinker. Consumers are not stupid. There may be objections. They may ask you questions. They may tell you why. They may give you reasons, 1001 reasons why they may not want to buy your product, why they prefer to buy someone else's product over yours. But as a good personal sales rep, what do you want to do? You want to be armed to overcome possible objections from the customers. Once you have been able to do that, you can close your sales. So please don't get it wrong. Closing sales here means you have taken the first 5 steps, and then you are wrapping up. So whether the consumer or the customer buys a product or not, you have closed your sale. If the customer say, I'm not buying, you have still closed the sale. Although it's not a favorable closing, but you have closed the sale. You've wrapped up what you should do. So long as you have met the first 5 stages, you've closed the sale. But we want to be strategic so that we can close the sale successfully, right? Exactly. After you close the sale, is that the end of it? That shouldn't be. Please, and please, it is highly advisable, it's highly recommended that you do post-sales activities or follow-up. So follow up. When you follow up on your sales, it shows that you care about your customer. It helps you to build loyalty from your customer. It helps build that bond, The customers are more likely to stick with you and your product. So, but if you do not show that care, if you do not follow up on your consumers, then it's very likely that they'll forget you as fast as you close that sale. So here are some of the characteristics of a good salesperson. The person should be consumer-oriented. The person should have good communication skills. The person should be knowledgeable about the products and other related aspects. So you should know about your competitors' products as well, not just your products and then you're coming to hype your products. Know about the weaknesses of your competitors' products so that you can now project it to your customer. Then they will know that you're very knowledgeable, You can play on that. And then you should be highly motivated. You should also be flexible and adaptable to situation. So you may meet the customer thinking you want to sell product A, but while you're discussing, you find out that the consumer's need is not product A, but rather product B. You should be able to switch quickly. Don't just tell the consumer, okay, is this one I wanted to sell for you, but it's like you're not interested in that one, let me go. No. Find other ways of still drawing the person. Find other ways of adapting to the situation and making the person still consider your product. And then a good salesperson should be emotionally stable and intelligent, not someone that you go to sell to somebody and because the customer was not looking at you when you were making the sale, okay, I'm talking to you. It doesn't make any sense. So you should be emotionally stable and intelligent, and you should appear decent. We can't emphasize this enough. Have someone try to come to sell something to you and the person is looking all ragged up, and how do you feel? You're more likely not to buy from the person. Worse yet, if it's even something edible, you won't want to buy from the person. So if you want to be a good salesperson, please pay attention to your appearance. The next thing I want to talk about is sales promotion. So sales promotion is a short-term incentive or stimulation that is offered by firms to increase the purchase from customers, to increase dealers or tradesmen effectiveness, to increase Salesforce effectiveness, in order to have a favorable response to the firm's product. So we're going to take it one by one. Because of the objective of sales promotion, there are different types of sales promotion. But first, look at it that sales promotion is a short-term incentive. It means it's something that the firm just does briefly to stimulate response for their product. it could be to stimulate consumers purchase, like you want more consumers to purchase. It could be that it's to stimulate dealers or trade effectiveness, like you want more people to, more retailers, more wholesalers to purchase your product, to carry your own product more in their shop rather than those of your competitors. Or you want to do that to make your sales force to be very effective. You want to stir up some kind of competition in them so that they'll be very effective and get favorable response for your product. Yeah, so the bank makes use of this third one a lot. So let's see them one by one. Types of sales promotion. So we have consumer sales promotion. So consumer sales promotion is meant to increase customers' purchase. For example, let's say we have a liquid soap, Sunlight liquid soap. Have you found out that they usually attach this rubber cooking spoon to every bottle of Sunlight? So this action may make the consumer purchase the product just because they want to obtain that cooking spoon. So some tools that the firm can use to boost consumer sales promotion or to boost consumers' purchase is contests, coupons, trade shows, samples, free gifts, the buy one get two free or things like that. How about dealers or tradesmen sales promotion? This is meant to improve or to make the dealers to be more effective. This kind of promotion is targeted at wholesalers and retailers. So for the consumers, remember that Sunlight just attached maybe a freebie, a free gift to the product. But for dealers, Sunlight detergent may now tell you that, okay, when you buy a carton of liquid soap, you have 2 Sunlight sachet of detergent free. So these dealers or these salesmen may look at it and say, wow, I can sell the liquid soap and I can sell these 2 detergents and make more money. Because of that, they'll be more likely, when they want to buy detergents, they'll be more likely to go and buy Sunlight because they know that they'll make more money from Sunlight than any other detergent. And that way, they'll even try to convince their customers to buy Sunlight. They'll tell them how Sunlight does not make your hands to peel, how it's very friendly, and all of that is because they want to sell and make more money. So for the tools for this kind of promotion is price deals, gifts, trade shows, and sales contests. Please try to read up on this. Then the next is the Salesforce sales promotion. This kind of sales promotion is meant to make your sales force to be effective. It's targeted at the sales force or the salesperson. So for example, if Sunlight company has like say 10 salesmen, they may decide to promote or give some kind of promotion or gift, maybe a car gift to any of the salesmen or marketer who will meet a target of 5,000 sales in 1 month. When you say that a car is at stake, that's why you see a lot of competition. The sales force will be trying to outdo each other. But in the process of trying to outdo each other, what are they really doing? They are selling the firm's products. So the firm's product is receiving favorable response. So the tools that is used, or the tools that are used for this kind of sales promotion is commission, bonuses, sales aid, merit awards, and promotions. So let's talk about publicity. Publicity is a newsworthy item or a newsworthy event about a firm or its products appearing in the mass media as a news item. And here, the organization does not pay for it and they do not have control about what is being published. So, unlike advertising, publicity is controlled by the editor of that mass media or that news house. So what is publicized could be negative or positive. So what firms try to do, or why it's a marketing element, is that firms try to do things, they try to undertake activities or do something. Maybe they will give scholarship so that they'll be in the news that this company gave scholarship, or they've been doing so well that the news will now carry very positive news about them or information about them. And that way, people will now like them and want to patronize the product. So it could also be that they decide to give scholarship, and the news house would rather say that, the whole conspiracy theory thing may come up. They may say, okay, why is this firm giving scholarship at this point in time? Is it that they are trying to... So it could be negative at the end of the day. But as a marketing item or as a marketing promotional element, publicity is where firms decide to seek ways, to have their product appear as a newsworthy item in the mass media or in the news media. So what's the objective of publicity? As a promotion element in marketing, publicity seeks to supply media houses with information, positive information about events or the firm's product. Okay, it also seeks to respond to requests from the media house about the firm and its products. And it is used to stimulate the media to carry positive information about the firm. Here are some of the characteristics of publicity. Publicity has more credibility than advertising. Recall that we had said that advertising could be exaggerated, it could be fake, it could be false. In publicity, there's more credibility because the organization does not have control over what is being aired. So it's believed to be objective. It's believed to be the popular view that the news is carrying, So there's more credibility in publicity than advertising. People believe publicity more than they will believe advertising. And it doesn't have a direct cost to the organization. So the news house decided to carry this information. There's no direct cost. So if it's a newsworthy item, maybe the firm is sponsoring one very nice project for girls. What the firm can do, or what the media houses might do, is that, okay, wow, we have heard that you're doing this kind of program for girls. So do you think you want to come have an interview with us and talk more about this product or talk more about what you're doing? The firm will say, oh, sure, why not? They will appear. But later on, like in Nigeria news media, they will not later tell you, okay, we are going to air your interview on so day. So if you want, you can find us lunch or find us something little, some stipend, So, but the cost is not really direct. It's not really as expensive as advertising. Okay, I've said already that the company has no control over what is aired as well. And they have no control over the content of their publication. So what are the types of publicity? We have press conferences, news releases, feature articles, editorials, records, and films. The fifth promotional element we'll talk about is public relations. Public relations is a deliberate attempt to obtain or to establish or to earn or to develop the goodwill of a firm and build a healthy relationship between the firm and its public, thereby establishing goodwill. So, the firm deliberately undertakes activities that will help them to establish goodwill or to build a healthy relationship between it and the public. So the person in charge of public relations in an organization is known as a PRO, the Public Relations Officer. So he's an employee of the company whose job is to improve the company's relationship with the public. What are the objectives of public relation? Public relation is being used to create or to retain goodwill. It's also used to earn prestige or a strong reputation for the firm. It's also being used to overcome misconception about the firm and its product. It can be used to overcome unfavorable publicity about the firm. And then, public relations can be used to attract and keep good customers, suppliers, and employees. So public relation is a deliberate attempt that the firm undertakes just so that it can have a good relationship with the public. So maybe a media house has carried a very bad news about the firm or its product. The firm will now use public relation to respond to that. Like, they will now do very good thing for the community. Then the community will now come back and look at the media house and say, those stupid people, they can rubbish someone's business and look at the nice thing that this company is doing. So that way, the company has used public relations to respond to that negative publicity. Some of the tools of public relations involve publications, events, news, speeches, public service activities, maybe scholarships they will give to the community. They will provide pipe-borne waters. They will provide things just so that the firm will hail them, or the community will hail them, or their environment or their public will hail them, and then look at them favorably and seek their interest at all times. The 6 elements we'll talk about now is direct marketing. Direct marketing consists of any marketing activities that relies on direct communication or distribution to individual customers rather than through a third party such as the mass media. So this is a bit similar to personal selling, but it's not personal selling. So have you used your phone sometimes and then you're actually maybe going through your email, you see one thing that will pop up, or one app, or maybe you're using an app in your phone, you now see an ad that will come out and just talk about different things. Yeah, so that's direct marketing. Or maybe you subscribed for something, or you didn't subscribe for something, but you just begin to receive some kind of emails, buy this, do this, somebody will just reach out to you and say, oh, my name is so person, and I can make you become like this or like that. That is direct marketing. So they use a direct means of communication to reach out to you rather than passing through a third party like the mass media. So direct marketing allows the firm to promote its products and services directly to customers that need it most. So they already seek out the customers and then they sell directly to them. It eliminates the role of middlemen. So what's the benefit of direct marketing? It helps build relationship with new customers. It tests the appeal of a firm's product. So you can use it for test marketing to see how people react to your product, whether they'll react to it positively. And then it informs the firm on which marketing approach reaches target market more. Okay? So which marketing approach reach your target market and provides customers with compelling content that they can share with other potential customers. And then direct marketing helps to increase sales for your product because you're selling directly to, or you're marketing directly to the consumer, so you're more likely to have increase in sales and to make more money because you're not selling through a third party, so middleman has been eliminated. So there are basically 3 types of direct marketing that I've listed here in the notes. One is catalogs. So you can use printed catalogs or e-catalogs to display your product or your service directly to the customers. So if they want to buy, they'll just buy through you instead of buying through middlemen. And then we have direct mail. So for direct mail, the firm makes use of emails or mail like letter to promote their products and services. So I think schools, institutions, like foreign institution makes use of direct mail a lot. Maybe you have visited their website, you filled one form like that you didn't even know that it's going to be used for marketing purposes. You now begin to receive letters from the school that we have scholarship available, and then they're sending directly to you as a student. So it's because you are their target market, they now use those mediums to reach you directly. And then we have telemarketing. So this is the use of telephone or call centers to convey information. Has Airtel called you before? They just call you and then they start advertising a product. That is direct marketing. So they just call immediately and start conveying information about their product and their service, and also maybe offer to provide assistance. They want to take your order, they want to answer your queries. So all that is direct marketing. So word of mouth communication is the last we'll be talking about for today. In word of mouth communication, you are, as a firm, word of mouth communication suggests that the firm product is being advertised, or is being promoted, or is being communicated by a satisfied customer to another customer, or to a potential customer. So it's different from somebody that are just talking about a product. As a promotional element, it is actively influenced or encouraged by organizations. So have you seen where firms for example, it happens a lot on the internet. So firms would say something like, have you used this product before? If you have, please let us know your experience in the comment section. And then people will comment and comment. And then that comment that people are making, do you know that that is word of mouth communication? You're indirectly marketing that firm. You're helping other potential customers to see the benefits of buying that firm's product. So you're not being paid, okay? But then the firm has used you to get other customers. That is how word of mouth communication works. So it's encouraged by organization. It's being influenced by organization. Another example I can use is like at the airport, for example. I think it happens a lot at Lagos airport. So the airports or some hotels already tell airport drivers that, please, when you are going to carry customers, and then we are going to pick people from the airport, and they're looking for where to lodge, bring them to our place, and we will find this one, we'll give you free food. But have you not seen how you come and lodge for 1 week and see how it is? Then the airport taxi man will carry his family and lodge for 1 week. Later on, that airport taxi man will be the one telling customers, no, come, I know one hotel that will give you the best service. Not be this town. Come now where are they staying now? The customer would likely believe that airport taxi driver, because the airport taxi driver is not the owner of the hotel. So the customer does not really know that, or does not have an idea that this person is being influenced by the organization. The person rather feels that the person is a satisfied customer that wants the best for him. So that's how organization uses word of mouth. Like I said, it's a contemporary promotional element, and it has benefits. Some of the benefits of word of mouth is that since it comes from sources that are familiar to the customer, it is trusted and valuable. So it's coming from a satisfied customer to a potential customer. So potential customers are more likely to buy the firm's product when people are saying good things about that product, giving good reviews. So like, for example, if you use Google Play Store a lot, you want to download an app, you go to the review, you see things that people are talking about the app. It will make you to want to download or not to download. So word of mouth can be positive or negative too. Okay? So the firm tries to control it so that it's going to be positive. It also provides positive recommendation and generate goodwill to the firm. And then it creates a buzz or a user-generated content for the firm's product. And what is more, customer loyalty is very high with word of mouth communication. So that is the last for today, and I hope you have benefited from today's session. And if you have further questions, we are going to discuss it during the live session on Zoom later this evening by 4 o'clock. So try to get ready, come with your questions, let's discuss it, and please endeavor to watch this video. Although if you watched it to this point, it means you watched it to the end. So encourage others, share this video as much as possible so that it gets to others and they can get prepared, or they can learn more about promotion, the 4th P of marketing. Thank you for listening. Bye.